Read the next bill.
Committee substitute for Senate Bill 146, a bill to be entitled An Act Relating to Criminal Justice.
Senator from the 29th, Senator Smith, you're recognized to explain the bill.
Thank you, Mr. President. This bill does a couple of important things for the state of Florida. It requires all state agencies to develop a report to let us know the impediments for former felons of getting employment. Secondly, the bill removes some liability for employers that hire ex-offenders. And lastly, and more importantly, what the bill does, it allows ex-offenders to receive certain licenses for work even before their rights are restored. Given what has happened on the first floor in the cabinet changing the dates and the times in which a person can get their rights restored, this is of paramount concern now. I've been working with the leadership on the first floor as well as here to get this bill in a proper position. We've passed it out twice now for the past 2 years, and I think we got it in position for the House to finally take up this fine piece of legislation.
Are there amendments on the desk?
None on the desk, Mr. President.
Is there debate? Senator from the 18th, Senator Joyner, recognized in debate.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm pleased that Senator Smith is the right person at the right time. Senator King championed this bill for several years, and often in conversation he would relate to us how in a restaurant he met a gentleman who told him about how he had sought employment and the impediment that was before him because of his having been a convicted felon, and that he merely just wanted a job, and he had been out for years and had paid his debt. And Senator King came back and talked about this to some of us one-on-one and in committee. And of course there's Congresswoman Wilson, who also stood alongside him as they fought and sought to have this legislation passed. And I know that Senator King is smiling down on us today saying, well, the time came and they did the right thing. And so I want to implore all of you members to join Senator Smith, who, like I say, is here at the right time in the right place with this enlightened group, this smart Florida legislature that's righting the wrong, this Senate that on behalf of our former senator and good member and very good friend of Senator Jones, that we do this in his memory as we move Florida forward to make things right for persons who have paid their debts to society. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator from the 18th. Senator from the 30th, Senator Sachs, you're recognized in debate.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. And I never had the opportunity to meet Senator King, but I've certainly seen his picture look down upon all of us here in the Senate offices. And I think that this is a great honor, what Senator Humble here has done to further the get back to work of what the governor is proposing. There's 800,000 citizens who have been convicted of a crime. 800,000 citizens convicted of a felony. It's not even a misdemeanor, who will not be able to work because of the status of the law. So on memory of this great Senator Jim King, happens to be from Jacksonville. That's what I heard. I think he was really passed through Palm Beach maybe. But under his memory and thank you to Senator Smith, I think we're gonna move the state forward and employ many of these good men and women who have paid their debt. Thank you, Mr. Commissioner.
Thank you, Senator from the 30th District. Senator from the 1st District, Senator Hill, did you want to be recognized in debate?
Thank you, Mr. President. Like the members are ready to go, so I just say ditto to
Yes,
everybody.
sir. Thank you. Senator from the 33rd, Senator Brennan, you're recognized in debate.
I'll be very brief so we can go, but there are a lot of people in my district that are very excited about a bill like this. My predecessor, who wore the hats and I wear the earrings, was a big supporter of this bill, and I'm sure that she's in D.C. looking down and very proud that we're passing this through. So thank you very much from her and from everyone that lives in the 33rd District. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Others in debate? Senator from the 29th, you're recognized to close.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to close on a quote that I found regarding this bill that works well by Frederick Douglass. He said that people might not get all that they work for in this world, but they must certainly work for all that they get. Let's pass this bill and get everybody back to work. Thank you, Mr. President.